Hi, welcome to Practical Mechanic. Does the door on your dryer no longer close properly? Is the latch broken? You're not alone. This is a very common problem. In this video, I'm going to go through a couple of super quick and easy ways to fix this problem. The first method is free, the second costs about 10 cents, and the last one costs about 10 bucks. The first step is to remove the broken latch. This is easier said than done. On some dryers it comes out super easily, on others you really have to fight it. I've got some tricks for this. The first time, I used the channel lock pliers to compress the top and bottom of the latch. Wiggle the bottom tab out first, then the top one. A better method is to use a putty knife. Slide it in at the bottom, press upward to release the bottom tab. Then, holding the bottom out, press the putty knife down on the top tab and force it out. It takes more force than you'd think. If this doesn't work for you, you'll need to bend the retaining tabs. With the top of the latch out, use a small screwdriver. Poke it into the front of the latch and angle it upward until it catches the retaining tab. Now, pry the tab downward so that it bends. What you want to do is make it so that the tab doesn't stick up as far. You can repeat this on the bottom tab as well if necessary. Then try the putty knife trick again. If neither of those things work, as a last resort, you can take the door apart and get at it from the inside. Alright, once you have the latch out, you can see the problem. There's supposed to be a plastic retaining piece that holds the door spring forward and centered. The plastic piece eventually breaks and falls off. This causes your door to no longer latch closed, because the door spring is too far back and not centered. So what are your options? First, you can employ the free method number 1. And that is, swap it with the unused latch on the other side of the door. These doors usually come with 2 latches in case the door hinge is reversed. Take out the spare latch using the same method, and just swap them. I already did this a couple of years ago, so my spare has been used up. The second method costs about 10 cents because you need to use a zip tie. Slide the zip tie into the latch as shown, and tighten it up. This will hold the spring clamp both forward and centered so that the door latches. I did this zip tie repair about a month ago and it's still working fine. The third and final method is to buy a replacement latch. I ordered a couple of spares just in case the zip tie breaks, but it seems to be holding up fine for now. And at least we can dry clothes while waiting for the spares to arrive. I'll put a link below the video for a 2-pack that's less than 10 bucks. And that's about it. If this helped you out, will you give a thumbs up and subscribe? It helps me out a lot, and you are much appreciated. For more helpful tips like this one, visit practicalmechanic.com. Thanks for watching.